Hey everyone. Let me just fix my camera a little bit. Hello everyone. Welcome. Let me know if this is working because on my end things look a little different. So if I go to my second screen here, this is blank. It's not showing me what OBS is. So I don't exactly know what's going on. So give me some ones in the chat if this is actually working because I'm not actually entirely sure. So, just if you guys could let me know if this stream's actually running properly and you guys can see me and hear me, etc. Just let me know. Okay, Katie says she loves the hat, so it must be working. Is everything okay? Everything's working perfect. Okay, it's just being a bit special on my end. But if you guys don't know, this is my very cool Ocean Liner Designs Patreon hat that I got for supporting his channel because I've been a patron for about 2 years now. So yeah, but that's not what you guys are here for. You guys are here for the reveal of the TSS Perigee, which is, I think it's my best ship ever, and I'm extremely happy with it. Just give me in the chat. My chat, I mean the stream chat, because I won't really be looking at the in-game chat for today's stream. But let me know what you guys are thinking of the exterior. We'll do a quick little run through of the exterior. Just let me know like an overall. With like pelagic being like the comparison here and other ocean liner row ships. Like how would you rate Perigee from like an exterior kind of perspective? Because I'm pretty happy. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think I could have done a bit of a better job on the stern because like this angle here is a little bit sharp. So I kind of wish I did like 2 points of change here instead of one. But we're on full plot data. I can't even color anything, man. I'm a little cooked. But I might be able to do a little bit of plot data looping, a bit more. I've done so much of plot data looping. I've been looping for like the last month. So we've been using a lot of plot data, and that will be a little evident in some parts of the interior, but I think I handled it pretty well. But we got Key saying it's 2 times better than pelagic. Sussiers of Cattle says it's all over the screen, which is definitely very interesting. We got a bunch of 10 out of 10s. Let's go through some of the bits of the exterior before we fully reveal the interior. So we've got the figurehead here, which has the top of the blue ribbon trophy, which if you guys don't know, it's also called the Hell's Trophy, which is the award for the fastest ship. There's one of these in the interior, and it's probably the best one I've built. But that's that based off the one that Key made. I think Key's. That's not Key. I don't know if Key's in the game right now, but he designed the original one on the pelagic. Hello there. So we kind of recreated that a bit. We've got some anchors with the rust, which I did steal from Key. So thanks for that. Little horse pipe here too. It's always nice to see like little details like that. Key's not in game. Okay. Yeah, we've got all the deck equipment here, which I think looks pretty good as far as deck equipment goes. This is my first time using the pots for the bollards, which is a good way to save a bit of plot data here. Some cranes, which is based off more or less Andrea Doria. So the ship's mostly based off, Andrea Doria. There's a little bit of the not USS, sorry, of the SS America in the exterior too. One thing I wish I could change is if I go this way, you can kind of see that like the hull still curves where the superstructure starts, and I wish that this lifeboat was like on a little bit of an angle to like really show that, like it kind of does in the on the Epsilon on Nightlock's ship. But I still think it looks really good because I've got the stern ones on a bit of an angle, and I really wish I could do that. And it sucks because I can't. I'm in a position with plot data where I can't just slightly move my lifeboat away because if I move it, there's a chance of it getting deleted and I'm not able to place it back, and the ship would look really bad if there was a lifeboat missing. So that kind of sucks a little bit. But we've got these funnel bases are mostly based off the United States, and these kind of grates here is what allows me to not have any big ugly, not that cowl vents are ugly, but I don't want my decks being cluttered. But I do have some Scirocco fans here, and there's one at the back too. Yeah, so I think if everyone is ready, we can take a look at the interior, which I think it's my best work in terms of Bloxburg shipbuilding. It's definitely, if you think of like Pelagic's interior, it's like Pelagic but on steroids. I think it's the best way to describe it. So I think how we're going to go about this is something, what just okay. I think how we're going to go about this is I'm going to open up the neighborhood for everyone. Because there's like 13-ish people in here. So I'm going to open up the neighborhood for everyone just this once, so you can all join, and then everyone can come in, take a look, which is pretty much just what we did for the Pelagic launch. Just because it'll look better for the video that I do about the ship if there's like a bunch of people here. So we're gonna go, everyone can join. I'm not gatekeeping, I just want people to join so it looks better for the video. Let me put the code in there. I actually remember to turn it off everyone when I finish the stream, because otherwise we're gonna get auto builders all up in here. But Perigee site based off Andrea Doria, yes. Mostly Andrea Doria, a little bit of the America, and there's a little bit of Conte di Savoia in the exterior too. I'll wait for a couple of people to join. I know I tried to do the timing for the stream so that like a lot of people would be here, but it doesn't look like there's a lot. Auto builders are gonna join. There's not many people here, so I'm not really concerned. But either that or I just like go in myself. But I think that it would be better if we've got a ton of people here. But if there's not gonna be, my thought process is there's not gonna be anyone like here, or like only like 6 or 7 people are gonna actually join the server, then like I may as well just reveal the interior just by myself. But once I'll do a party and then we'll just head inside, because I know a lot of people are gonna be watching the stream after it's done, just because we weren't able to do a time where like a ton of people could come. I try to do the same time as I did the Pelagic's like initial reveal and christening, and this is like an hour before that, so I thought by doing it before more people would come, but it looks like the opposite is true, because there's like no one here, and there was like 20-30 people that came to Pelagic's reveal, and that was before the Pelagic video, so like there's a lot more people in the community now, so that's a little bit unfortunate. There's a couple more people joining, so I'll start it once all these people come over. I think we're just waiting for a couple more. We got how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got like 5 people here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Once these guys head over, I'll stop gatekeeping, as Celsius of Cattell is saying. So I think we will head in now. Actually, I will. Is that Katie coming in? I'll leave the door open. So yeah, there's a couple more people joining. I'll leave the door to the vessel open, so if anyone else joins, you guys can just walk on in. But basically, Pelagic on steroids. I'm very happy with it, and I can't wait to see you guys' reaction. So we're gonna go through, and I'll slowly like don't run off, because then you're gonna get lost. Just kind of stick by me, and I'll explain where every room is. So without any further ado, I would like to officially reveal to you guys the TSS Perigee for the first time ever. So here we've got the reception room, which is, again, you can kind of understand the whole Pelagic on steroids thing when you walk in here initially, because it is very reminiscent of the Pelagic, except it's just like better, bigger, more out there, a bit more grand as well. It's still in the Art Deco kind of era. It's the same like style. 1939 is this ship, when Pelagic was 1934. But so it's a bit more modern in terms of the 30s, 40s kind of era. But I am extremely happy with it. So we've got some flags here. We've got the Ribbon Union flag, which is one of my law ones. The BSL flag, and then we've got the other Ocean Liner Row flag. So we've got Nightlock's line, the Atlantic Horizons, and then Kirex's Camfung line here. So I think the best place to start is to work backwards. So if everyone kind of comes over to where this reception desk is, don't go down there yet. We don't want to look at the dining room yet. If we come to the Purser news agents area, if we come through here and head to this hallway, this is like probably the worst part of the ship, this hallway, but it leads to a pretty cool area. So in here we've got our little Purser news agent area. So we've got some like letters here that you can grab, write on, send to people from the ship. We've got this amazing newspaper that Ernie made for me, which I really, really appreciate. We've even got some postcards here and everything. But if you guys head through here, we've basically got another one. This one was made by, I think this was made by hand drying, but I'm not entirely sure. Kirix or hand drying made this. We come through here, we've got our printing press here, which I'm pretty happy with. For us to, you know, print the all the I can't think of it, the newspapers for the ship. So everyone can get their news, and then we've got some framed ones too, some rolls of paper, and then some on a desk. And in here we've got the purser safe, which is more or less based off Titanic's. I would have liked to make this more detailed, but with plot data it was just a little difficult, so I unfortunately couldn't do that. And then we've got another decal here with some money and some documents. And then this door here just leads us into the actual reception area. We've got the certificate of registration, which I still need to fix because I haven't put like the signature in it. And then we've got some cabin prices. There are not 3 cabins. There's more than that. It'll make sense later, trust me. I did not build a ship with 3 cabins. I almost did, but I managed to fit a grand total of 2 more in. So she actually has 5 cabins, so I don't want to hear it. I would have liked to have more, but with plot dart and everything, it just unfortunately wasn't possible. So we go down here. We've got some maps which I had on Pelagic. We've got the dresses. I'll show you these dresses in a bit better detail after, because they unfortunately had to be on another plot. But these are based off the artwork that Katie did. Katie here, I think she really likes them. This was the one for Perlison, and this was the one for Pelagic. So I will show you guys the real ones in a minute after we've gone through the whole ship. But unfortunately, they did have to be decals, which is a little bit of a pain. But in this little area here, we've got a little flower shop, a little florist thing with this cool little train decal. I might change up some of the decals. But I am taking requests and like you guys to suggest things, because it's not really 100% complete. I'm just ready to reveal it. And here we've got a little bookstore, library kind of area with another pretty cool little decal. And through here, we've got probably the grandest room on board, which is the dining room. I absolutely love this room. It's probably one of my favorites on board. I think I prefer the lounge a little bit in terms of interiors, but I am extremely happy with how this turned out. So we've got the Blue Ribbon Cup Hales Trophy here, which is by far the best one I've done. I think it looks really nice. And then we've got all the seating, all the dining areas, which is this is based off the SS L'Antique. So I'm pretty happy with it. We've got not a big Zeppelin. All my ships have Zeppelins in the dining rooms because I love Zeppelins. But Key said if I put another big one in, he would crash out. So I did a smaller one, and there might end up being like a big mural behind here instead of just wood. But for now, there's nothing there because of plot data, and I also have made a lot of decals for this, and I'm a little bit tired of decal making. But before we go any further, let's just come into this little secret area. If we come into here, I will make sure you have permissions. But basically, we all need to switch to the child. We need to be kid, basically, to get into the engine room. So let me just make sure that all of you guys have permissions. You'll have guest. I'll give you guest, I'll give you guest, I'll give you guest, and I'll give you guest. So if everyone, I'll just say be kids, just because the stream delay is a little bit interesting. But now we can come through to our Parsons turbine room, which I think this is probably the best one in Bloxburg. I absolutely love Nightlocks, but I did a lot of research, and I do think this is a little bit more accurate. Boilers, Katie, you can leave. You can leave. This is the Parsons turbines. Yeah, Katie, you need to leave. These are not boilers. So Pelagic only had one of these because of space. She probably should have had about 3 or 4. But because I did the kid thing, I can do a lot more. So there are 4 propellers. She's a quadruple screw. So basically we've got the turbines here, and then we've got these things in the back called the generators, and it basically utilizes all the power from it. And then we've got these pipes here, which are the main steam lines. So these 2 here are main Parsons steam turbines, and the 2 on the sides are stern turbines. So there would be 2 rooms like this. There'd be one behind it too with 4 more. But because of plot data, I was unfortunately only able to do one of the rooms. So, and over here we've got some other things. We've got some air compressors here, which I've never seen air compressors built properly on a Bloxburg ship before, so I am pretty proud of these. We've got some more steam pipeline kind of things. We've got some pressure valves. These are made by Ernie, I think. These are really cool. I use them on all my ships. So thanks to Ernie for that. And we've got some other little console areas and things. Just to, like, you know, make sure all the readings are correct and everything. I was going to have a little area up here, but it's just kind of empty because of plot data, and also I didn't really know what to put up there. So that idea got a bit scrapped. But we can come in back into the main area by switching back to adult, and then we can continue to explore the vessel. So, best in Bloxburg, this is genuinely peak. I do really appreciate it, guys. This has taken This took, I think, about just a bit less than 200 hours, I think. I think it was about 180, but I'm not entirely sure. But if we head past here now, we'll go up first, and then we'll head back down. Because being a Bloxburg ship, the lowest basement deck has the most things on it. So we'll head up first. So we've got this decal. Hey, Tony! What's Tony doing up here? Anyway, we've got this decal here, which I'm pretty happy with. We've got the B700 train, which I did a video on a while ago, which is based off the New York Mercury. So it's not. Oh, I thought he was saying Mercury when he said mural, but it's not the Mercury. It is in fact the B700, as it says right there, which is the little one that I made, and then Perigee being in the foreground there, background. Sorry. Some leave things here because it was just a little bland. And this is just like a little lounge area because I didn't really know what to do with this area. But if we open this door here, we've got the navigational bridge, which I'm pretty happy with in terms of bridges go. I've got this here, which is, it's a magnifying glass, I believe, which is just lets people just like, the crew just see a bit clearer. I've got it on the exterior too. But if you look at photos like the Normandy Queen Mary, you'll notice they have these. So I just decided to add it for a little bit of detail. We've got some like cool plans here for like the engine specifications and everything here. So this is pretty accurate. These rooms are they're just meant to look like rooms. They're not actually accurate to the real floor plan, unfortunately. And then we've got over here the livery chart here, which this is the updated one. I didn't realize that on until yesterday. So this morning I had to rush to get the new one uploaded and put it here. So okay, maybe let's not say that on stream. When's my line gonna be here? I will obviously be adding to this a lot in the future as more lines come up. But I don't really like adding lines that like are pretty new and that don't have many ships, just because, you know, they're not super well known and like they might just stop. You know, they might just stop operating, and then there'll just be a line that no one really knows of in here. Some of these, most of you guys may not know, like the Galveston Island, Royal Anchor Line, maybe Blue Empress, but all of the OGs in the stream, they'll all know those lines, because those are a bit older. But we unfortunately don't see much of PKR anymore, or Bjorn, or Admiral, but they're still around, they're still in the community. They're just a bit less active these days. This wall kind of breaks through this. I tried to fix it, but it's just a Bloxburg wall glitch, so there wasn't really anything I could do about that, unfortunately. But yeah, we've got all our telegraphs accurately placed. The green ones are specialized ones. I don't know exactly what the colored ones do, but I saw it on some ships, and that's something I definitely need to research. But yeah, I also don't know exactly what these tubes are, but I saw it on Nightlock's ship because he stole it from Queen Mary, and I also stole it from Queen Mary. I don't know exactly what it is, but it looks good, so I kind of nicked it a little bit. But if we come over this side it says promenade, but it's just nothing. But over this side, we do in fact have a promenade deck. Pulls handbrake and drifts Tokyo drift style. That's pretty cool. But here we've got a little enclosed promenade deck, and we've even got a barber shop here, which is pretty cool. Most superliners these days have barbershops, and I wanted to, because Epsilon has one and Hanyan has one, so I also wanted to do a little barbershop, so I did one. Ooh, trim me. I don't think I'm quite qualified to administer any haircuts. I got a little cooked on my recent hair. Let me know what you guys think. I got a haircut recently, and I feel like I got cooked a little bit. I don't know. Is this good? Maybe my hat's making it look worse than it actually is. But it was really short when I first got it, so I felt pretty cooked. But yeah, I've got a custom barbershop sign and everything here. There is one more thing over here that we'll look at quickly. We've of course got our exterior area. So for this, we again go kid. It was toddler on pelagic, but for this one we can go kid. It works just fine. So here we can access the exterior, and if you have ever been on the pelagic, you'll know that getting to the exterior is a little bit finicky and annoying, but it's a lot easier on Perigee. So there won't be like much problems. You do okay, well, you're not fitting back through that, mate. You're gonna have to find something or other. Oh, I did not expect you to fit, good sir. You were a little big. But we've got a pool here. There is a solar panel under here. If you guys are building ships and you don't know where to hide your solar panels, if it's like under carpet like this, then it still gets all the sunlight. so you don't really need to worry. Oh, Typer's here. Hey, Typer. We've got stairs here. These are scaled to be more like toddler-ish, but I would fix them, but I don't have any data, so they're a little small, but it's fine. Toddler probably would have been a better thing to switch to than kid. Kid's a little big. I think I misremembered, but it definitely should be toddler. You can go down here. There's not really much here, but it's a little annoying getting back up. You kind of have to use that door. But these cranes, I'm pretty happy with them. We got a little docking bridge here. I would have liked to have like a wheel, etc. on the docking bridge, but plot data really didn't like me for this build. I was getting cooked by plot data for the entire build. So yeah, that's pretty fun. We've got some more details up here. We won't really go. You guys have seen the exterior. You guys have been looking at the exterior for months as I've been building this, so you guys know what's on the exterior. Yeah, it is toddler. It is kid. It is. I can't English. It is toddler, so we actually can't fit in. So we'll just have to jump off the side of the ship and use the one here. There's one right here. It's a little hard to see, but there's one here. So yeah, I just did a little bit of a misremember, and I thought it was there. It's right here, guys. So just use this to resize yourself, just so we can go down to the lower deck, and we can look at the rest of the interior. But yeah, what are you guys thinking of the ship so far? I'm again pretty happy with how it turned out. But I think that's pretty much everyone. We'll wait for this one guy to. We'll wait for Chicken Jockey, the Chicken Jockey from the Minecraft movie himself, to resize himself. I saw that in theaters and it was low key kind of awesome. Okay, he's just gonna stay as a small child. That's fine. So if we head downstairs, we first got this little inlet area with some maps, some crew only doors, etc. This photo represents, I think this is supposed to be New York, and this one here is America. No, sorry, this is Britain, sorry, this is London, and this is New York, so it's kind of like the destination and the starting point. In here we've got a bar. This is pretty similar to the Pelagics, but it's just a lot more polished, a lot better. So there is a tea and coffee maker stuck in this thing, and there's like a music player here. That kind of looks like a symbol from World War II, actually. I should maybe change that. But anyway, we'll look at the cabins a bit later on. But we've got some, these are pretty similar to the some of the decals I have on the Pelagic, but they are slightly different. I assure you they are new decals because I put on this texture. There's like you can kind of see it. There's like a different tile texture, but it was really hard to see, so I just put this on instead of re-uploading it because I couldn't be bothered re-uploading it. So we just did that. And then here we've got our little smoking room. So for some fun, let's go gambling times. I was actually playing poker the other day. Not with money, just with, I think we used Connect 4 pieces. And I lost all of my Connect 4 pieces. So that's fun. Hey, that's in my room. This here is, it's not exactly the same. This is like a refined version of the TSS Pelagic poster. So, speaking of the TSS Pelagic poster, you guys can get this, similar to this, in real life, that is signed by hand by me, in your very own bedroom by going to the link in my channel's About Me. You can get it off eBay. There's only 25, and there's like, I think we've sold about half. They're pretty cheap. I think they're about $8 US, I think, not including shipping. So that's pretty cool. They're awesome. They take a little bit of time to get around the world because I am in Australia. So just bear with us on that. But over here we've got some more decals. We've got when I met the Panda Girl, and over here I got when I met Froggy Hops, because these photos are just on. They're on the Petunia 2. They're on Pelagic, and now they're on Perigee. But through here we've got my favorite room, probably in the entire vessel. This is the lounge. I absolutely love it. So you guys come on in. Let me know what you think. So this room is mostly based off the SS Conti di Savoia, and I love the if you guys know me, you know I love the Conti di Savoia, and I absolutely love this room. So we've got some instruments in here to like do little show, not really shows, but just a little bit of entertainment in the lounge. Yeah, we've got another little bar in here which has a secret little fridge in the floor. When you ship build like in small spaces like this, you kind of need to get good at hiding things. But oh, Typer's here. Hello. Are you wearing a captain's outfit? Wait, let me see. Let me look at Typer. No, okay. I thought that was a captain's outfit. Yeah, don't ask how long it took me to do these walls with these lights and everything. This room was a pain. This room took me like 6 hours. I think it was 6 or 7 hours just for this one room. So I really hope it was worth it. I think it is, but it definitely took me a long time. And if you stand here, these air conditioning units make this look like a face, like a monster that's like screaming into the microphone, and I think that's pretty awesome. So. Yeah, it's a little hard to see when there's so many people in here. Especially this chap who takes up a little bit more of his fair share of space. And Typer's saying I have no life. That's pretty awesome. Commodore equals has no life. That's pretty peak, man. I appreciate it. We've got a couple more rooms to look at. Commodore, sing for us. I'm not singing for you guys. I think I remember saying that I would sing the thick of it when I hit 2,000 subscribers, but it hasn't happened yet, so I'm not singing thick of it. We've got a couple more rooms to look at before we go through cabins, though. So we've got the little cabin corridors. These are little fake doors. Oh, hand drying's here. Hello, hand drying. We'll look at the cabins a little later on. But for now, I want to show you guys something pretty cool. So if we head in here, we'll first go into this room, and this is our boiler room. So these boilers, they look a little different to what you guys are probably used to. But these are the same type of boiler on the Pelagic. These are Yarrow boilers. But these are more based off the Queen Mary ones. So they're more accurate to the time frame, but they do look a little interesting. But these, fun fact, I ran out of cubes really early into this build. There's no cubes in these boilers. These are made completely out of structurals, like the sides and everything. There's like some cylinders in here, but there's actually no cubes in this entire thing, which is pretty awesome. If Eli has a question, it's just yap. You don't have to ask. You can just yap it. But we've got some more things here. Some coal dust. But basically these are fuel oil driven, so you don't really need to shovel fire like coal in or anything like that, or wood. Fuel oil comes up through pipes and everything, and you can control it, the levels of that and stuff with this handle thing here. I was actually talking to a steam engineer for about an hour. Maybe a bit less than an hour, maybe like 30 minutes. But we were talking about getting all these correct and accurate and everything like that. So we have a Voyager ship. We've got plans to do 1 or 2 voyages on this. And I need to do a voyage on the Battaglia airship as well. That hasn't happened quite yet. But if you follow me to this room, this is a room that you never see on people's vessels. And I want to change that. So here you've got a little crew area, but it's not the crew area you think it is. This is a crew storage area. So we've actually got a potato storage room, and we've got a beer storage room. We have a little reference to Roblox doors with the doors beer here. But we love potatoes. We've got the potato room. We've got the ship's like the angle of the draft shown here. Not draft, because we've got windows. I forgot the terminology. You guys know what I mean. You guys are nerds too. But someone give me the correct terminology in the chat, because I'm a little lost. This one's just fake. There's a lot of fake doors like that in the ship, but it's just to make it look a little bit bigger than it actually is. But now if we head through here, we can take a look at the cabins. So we won't actually look at the cabins on this side, because the cabins on this side are the same to the ones on the other side, with like the decals, coloring, and everything, which I might change a bit later. But as of right now with plot data, I'm not able to do that. So if we come this way, we'll look at the first cabin. So this is the red, sorry for that atrocious voice crack. This is the more red cabin. So these are mostly based off Queen Mary and Conte di Savoia. And if I'll close this for a second. We've got a little bathroom in here too, little squishy, but again, plot data, didn't really have a choice. But we've got a little wardrobe here too, which does have nothing in it, but it still looks pretty good being here. Commodore became Stampy just because of my voice crack. I think that's a little bit mean. I do love Stampy though. I was actually friends with a kid related to Stampy in primary school, or at least he told me so, because I had the same last name. He might have been lying, because this was like year 5, but I don't know. But if we come through this way, we've got another cabin. This one, you guys should have known I would have had a Zeppelin cabin on this thing. Like, I just like Zeppelins, man. What can I say? Did I accidentally trap everyone in here? No, no one's just following me. Okay, come over here, come over here. Alright, so here we've got another cabin. Pretty similar, a little bit smaller. Again, with the shower, bathroom area. We've got one of these as well. Little wardrobe thing. These are pretty awesome. We've got people saying well because of Zeppelins. Maybe if you guys stop spamming the door, you can actually let people in. I love the beds. The beds were pretty cool. They're all custom made and everything. I think custom beds are awesome. There's no real beds that look good enough in Bloxburg for me for this kind of build. And here we've got the B700 train. Fun fact, actually, I was making this decal in school, and a substitute teacher asked me, that's a nice... a substitute teacher came up to me and said, that's a really nice bus you're drawing. And that, like, really hurt my soul. So if you guys can spam, screw you, Miss Vaughn, in the chat, that'd be appreciated. Because she thought this was a bus, and I don't really like that. So, yeah, I guess you could say that's pretty cool. Now there's just a joke with my real-life friends, where whenever they see me doing some boat thing, or some Bloxburg-related thing, they'll be like, yo, dude, that's a really nice tractor. Or, hey, man, I really love the helicopter you're working on. Stupid things like that. But, you know, fun times in high school, you know what I mean. So, that's pretty awesome. Well, we'll take a quick look at the cabins on the other side. But they are quite literally identical. So, that's a decal. But yeah, they're pretty much identical. They're on the same size and everything. There is no red cabin on this side because the red cabin space was taken up by the potato room areas. But it's pretty much the same. I might redo these ones, recolor them, put different decals in. That's what I would like to do. But with plot data right now, it's not looking like that's possible, unfortunately. Which is why the sign for the prices and everything in the reception area only says there's 3 cabins. There's just 3 types of cabins. But they all cost the same. They're all, like, first class. The entire ship's first class. I would have loved to have, like, a steerage area, but plot data just really doesn't like me. So, unfortunately, I wasn't really able to do that. But, that is the interior of the TSS Perigee. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna stream for a little longer. But, so far, that's what it is. I'd love to hear you guys in the Discord server. Nice yacht. I'd love to hear you guys in the Discord server with all your feedback. Anything you guys want to be changed. Before everyone leaves, I just want to take a quick screenshot with everyone in the server. I'll do another party real quick just to get in case anyone's like locked inside or anything. I'll do a little party, but if anyone's watching on the stream, I just turned it off instead of doing a party. If anyone's watching on the stream and wants to join just for this screenshot, that would be appreciated. But I have one of Pelagic with like 30 people out front, and that was pretty cool. So I'd love to take a similar one for the Perigee. So if you guys could like come on both sides of me, I think I did a screenshot similar with the Patalia as well. So if you guys could come on separate sides of me, that'd be pretty awesome. So we can take just a little screenshot. Cool 1994 Volkswagen Gol. Thanks, man. If Typer could also stop flying, that'd be appreciated. Maybe just spread out a little bit, so then it just looks like, so we can just see everyone. Is this everyone? The server's a little, there's a bit less people in here than there used to be. So it kind of looks like I fell off a bit, but it's fine. Okay, can I not, do I not remember how to free cam? Okay, there we go. No, I'm still spinning. There's a way to do it where you don't spin. No, that's not, okay, give me a minute. I think it's Control Shift. I'm doing Control Shift and it's not working. Okay, I figured it out. Yippee, you just have to go Shift and then Control. If Typer will stop sniffing me too, that'd be appreciated. We'll get everyone's names in here too. That's pretty cool. Most people were all just watching on stream. Instead, let me just wait for Typer to, you know, make contact with the planet Earth again. Now we've got Fizai in the photo. Thanks, man. Just that this doesn't have to be that hard. We'll just wait for that message to go away a little bit, and then I'll just make sure I get a good one. And now someone's moving. What is happening? Type of land, and there's PPs. You know what? I think I got a good enough screenshot the other time. It's fine. This is fine. But I hope you guys like the ship. I'll show you guys the dresses in person real quick. They're on my engine plot for the engine video that I said I would do and never did because it was not fun to edit. And I will explain how to do engines here. How to build engines in Bloxburg. Find a good photo, like a 3D model, and copy it. That's all you gotta do. Commodore. I still want to show you the dresses. One's on Perigee. Ooh, I think I know what you're meaning by that. Let me see. But these are the dresses in person. Let me go here. Okay, yeah, so these are the dresses it's based off. There we go. So I did the pelagic one, I did the pearlescent one. This was all done by Katie, so credits go to Katie for the references for this. But I did the pearlescent one here and the pelagic one here. And I'm definitely very excited to see what dress Katie creates from looking at the Perigee today. So I will definitely look forward to seeing that. But yeah, engine's pretty, I guess you could say that's pretty cool. This Parsons steam turbine here is the same one that's on the ship. There's a couple differences. I did less of these because of plot data, and I didn't do this pattern on the shaft either. Sorry. So pretty cool. This is not my best triple expansion. The one on the Petrov is way better, and this Salter engine is the one that Keyrex commissioned me to build for the Hanyan. So that's pretty cool. This plot is also 500 grand because of this Salter engine. Let me check. Each like section is like extremely expensive. Yeah, like 30. This one's a little more because it's got the pipe, but yeah, 23 grand for one little like piece of it. So it's a little expensive. Make a dinosaur. I'm not that old. Is that an old joke? Because I get a lot of old jokes. Everyone spams all my announcements on the server with like T-Rex images and photos of old people and emojis of old people and dinosaurs. So that's pretty cool. But I think one thing we should do is just look at the evolution of some of my builds. So I'm gonna load my first ever ship, just as a point of reference of where I came from. So this was made in December 2022. Pretty close. It was pretty much 2023. But this was my first ship ever, and it quite frankly sucks. There's one lifeboat that doesn't even have any davits, and it's like flat bottomed, and there's another one over here for some reason. Originally it looked worse because it had like the water texture, not this texture. But it's still extremely blue, and I love how just the car park, it just becomes water, and the grass becomes water. The old grass, I forgot how bad this texture was. What on earth? It looks like there's like the letter T's in it, and like the number 5 in it. And like arrows. That's awesome. But we'll take a quick look into the interior, just because it sucks so bad. Yeah, I guess you could say this is pretty awesome. What did Katie say? Best ship ever. This will end everyone's career. Someone said Titanic. Gorgeous. An elevator is crazy. It used to just be a ladder, originally. I don't know if any of you guys were here when I used to run this. This was back when BSS stood for Bloxburg Steam Liners instead of Bloxburg Steamship Line. So this was a long time ago. We've got this here. That's pretty awesome. If any of you guys are like super OG and you have any screenshots of this ship like being cruised, this ship did like 50 something role players. Just because it was such a tiny company, I didn't need any crew. I would do it in random servers and I could just do it myself. So I wasn't really relying on time zones or Discord servers or anything like that. So it was a lot easier. So I was able to do like 50 something cruises on it. So this is where everything started. And then after that, hold on to your GPUs, guys. After this, I pretty much went straight to the Empress of Bloxburg. I did 2 ships for other people for the company. That was the Stampy and the Atmospheric. You can find all these ships in the Discord server. There's like let me show you. There's if you go to the BSO forums here, and you go to BSO Cruisers Full Fleet, the pinned one, you can look at all these, and the names are all on the side of the ship. So, like after I built that, the Blue Ribbon Cup here, I built the Stampy, which is this one here, which also kind of sucks. And then after that, I built the Atmospheric here. And then after Atmospheric, I then built the Empress of Bloxburg, also known as Big Bertha. So she's just loading a little bit. Going through the full interior of this takes like 40 minutes. I think I've got a video touring the entire ship, and I think it's like a 30-minute video going through like every room. And even that video is a little bit outdated. But yeah, you can see like the racetrack in here. I encourage you to go watch that video if you guys aren't familiar with Big Bertha, because this ship's absolutely wild. It has like everything, and it sucks really bad. So it's got like, you know, this park thing in here. It's got like a mall with a Titanic museum. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not accurate. Tiny triple expansions and like windows going off into the what do you call it? The propellers. There is a sign that says, hey, it just looks good, but you can't be able to see. But also the rudder engine just goes through this, which is pretty awesome. I mean, it's cool, but like it's just not very accurate. You know, that's kind of how to describe this vessel. It's cool, but I'm lagging so much, but it's just not really very accurate. I need to bring back up my stream. That'd be nice. Let me just fix that real quick. Jasper says, can we collaborate? Well, I am definitely looking for people to make tour videos on the Perigee. So, you know, join the server and shoot me a DM, and I might let some tours happen. Here we've got the big theater, which also kind of sucks. It's the biggest theater of any Bloxburg ship, at least to my knowledge. So, because it's a little large, actually, if you guys couldn't tell. So, yeah, I guess you could say that's pretty awesome. My Discord username, if you go to the Discord server, you can find me, but it's just CMDR_Turner. And here we've got a statue of someone important, I don't know, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Hey, be nice to Big Bertha. How am I supposed to do that? I just did a small tour of Big Bertha, so you'll see that on the stream in a second. There is a bit of a delay, unfortunately. But after I built this, I then built the Petrov. This took me like, oh, my Discord username is the same as my Roblox one. I don't really friend people that like aren't real life friends, so I don't really add people apart from like shipbuilders I've known for like ages. But basically after Big Bertha, I did the Petrov, and Big Bertha took me like 7-8 months to build. So that's kind of where I learned a lot about what makes a good ship and what doesn't make a good ship. And this was also the first ship that I planned properly on paper. And speaking of planning ships on paper, this book here is what. Let me full screen for this, because this is gonna be a bit of a rant. This book is what I designed the Perigee in. I have pages and pages of plans and things that I used to be able to design the vessel. Here I've got my engine plans and everything like that, and interior sketches. There's like 20 pages I used to design the vessel. More floor plan stuff. This was the final floor plan. It took me like 3 weeks to make. And this is the other view of the final floor plan. This took me months. If you guys want to do a good ship, draw it out. Buy a grid book and use each like individual grid to be like each Bloxburg like square. This saved me so much time and effort. More engine stuff. I think there's like a little bit more. But yeah. There's like 10-15 pages of plans on this, so if you want to build a big ship, do that. But anyway, rant over. This is the Petrov. She gets a little memed for having some interesting design quirks, like the concave bridge front, which is a little weird. And Tegai loves to hate on the cargo space because it used to be like wooden, but it is metal now. But it did look better having wooden walls, but I ended up changing it. The wake is really quite sad with these, but it's fine. There used to be a tender here, but I ended up deleting the tender so I could take a screenshot of the vessel, which was going to be on the Perigee, but I didn't end up using that screenshot. So I might rebuild the tender eventually, but as of right now, the tender has been lost. It was supposed to be for a good cause though, but I didn't end up using the screenshot, so it wasn't for a good cause. So that's pretty fun. But I do think that she was one of the better ships for her time. This was built early 2024. That sounds like it was not that long ago, but it was, and that's scary. But yeah, it's not that good. It was the first good ship I built. But this is the ship that Froggy Hops visited, which is pretty cool though. So I do like the ship. She also just casually has like really good engines. So we won't spend too much time going through this one, but Petrov is pretty cool. But better than the Petrov, we have the Petunia 2. There's like videos on all of these ships on my channel. There's a video I did where I toured all my ships. If you want more in-depth looks at all these ships, go watch that video, because I do look at most of the interior spaces on those. There's also like little like almost movie trailers about all my major ships for like Empress of Bloxburg, Petrol, Petunia 2. Pelagic obviously has a big video, and Perigee will have a big video too. But if you want to learn more about like one specific ship, there's a bunch of videos on my channel that you can use to take a look at each individual ship. But here we have the Petunia 2. This was the ship I had when I met Key-Rex and learned about cool things like custom hulls, etc. Oh, Sky the Bun Bun's here. We're just looking at some old ships because I finished the new one that I was designing. So here's Petunia 2. She was one of the first. She was the first scaled vessel. This first scaled vessel I ever did, and this one was toured by the YouTuber Depandago, who has like 1 million subscribers or something. So I guess you could say that's pretty cool. But there is no exterior access or anything, which was like the main thing people didn't like about the ship. So that's why all my ships these days have like exterior access. Yeah, this is mostly based off the Georgic. So I just don't like the port. The port's really ugly, and I don't like it. I do like how it's got all the flags of like all the shipping companies from back in the day. Back when this was built, these were like all the major Bloxburg shipping companies. Most of you guys won't even recognize these. You obviously recognize this one. You guys probably don't know this one. That's the old Atlantic Horizon line. You guys probably don't know PCBS. You guys probably don't know Galveston Island. That's Blue Line. This is hey guys, this is Atlantic and Pacific Line now, but it used to be called Blue Line. Most of you would know White Ribbon. I don't know if any of you would know Blue Empress, and I don't know if any of you would know Royal Anchor. And this is Sammy's line. I forgot what it's called there, so my apologies for that. But we'll have a quick look inside. This is like 1920s, so it's like Edwardian, but a bit more modernized. The doors kind of break sometimes, but it's fine. This room's pretty cool though. We did hide and seek on this ship one time for a voyage, and someone hid up here, and it took us like 10 minutes to find them. But yeah, I do really like this room though. When Depandago toured this room though, her screen, she never lifted her screen up enough to see the Zeppelin, so that video never actually saw like the best part of the ship. So that's a little disappointing, but it's fine. This was like the first Blue Ribbon I made, and it sucks compared to the one I did on this ship. Down here we've got the dining room, which looks pretty awesome. There's food from like 6 BC, which was the last time I cruised this vessel, but it's fine. And Nightlock helped with this room, so shout out to Nightlock. This was also the first ship where I started my Zeppelins in the dining room trend, which is pretty cool. This is the maritime model room. This is where all the plot data for this ship went. This is on 100% data, mostly because of this room, because we've got like Aquitania, we've got Queen Mary, we've got Titanic, Britannic, we've got the Johann van Alten Barneveld, sister ship to the Monarch St. van Alten Gundene, and they've got the United States. And there's one more model, which is over here, which is of the Petunia 2 herself, which is pretty cool. So that's this one. Oh, it also has a barbershop. And these walls too. These walls cooked my plot data, but they do look really nice there. So yeah, this is, was that a crew? Oh, this was the old, like, crew group photo when there was like 5 people in the crew. We're a bit bigger of a company now these days. But, that's the Petunia 2. Wait, I'll show you one more room. Not this one. Where's the lounge? The lounge is pretty awesome. This is pretty cool. The server thing, hold on, I'll put that in the chat. The server thing is there. That's the IP. So, not the IP, the neighborhood code. So this is the lounge, which is pretty cool. A couple people nicked my planet idea after this, but I do really like this, and I don't know how I came up with it, but I'm very glad I did, because I guess you could say it looks pretty cool. And obviously after that, we got the ship you all know and love. We've got the Pelagic, which is probably my most iconic ship ever, which is pretty cool. I know you guys love the Pelagic. I think we can all agree now that the Perigee is better than Pelagic. Let me know if you guys agree with that though. Would you guys say that the Perigee is better than Pelagic? Because I think it is. which is what I was going for, because I always love. My whole goal is that my newest ship has to be better than my previous, and I think I definitely did that with exterior, because Pelagic looks a little short sometimes. But Pelagic definitely has that iconicness. But I hope that the Perigee video does really well and it becomes even more iconic than Pelagic. But Perigee may be better, but Pelagic is iconic. Pelagic is very iconic. I do really love her port as well, and the tugboats and all the little details on the exterior. Just because of how advanced Perigee's interior was, I wasn't really able to do anything with the exterior. Everything on Perigee is better than Pelagic, but I gotta love the stern of Pelagic. Pelagic's stern is like two shapes, which is it's good, but it just felt a little cheated. So I opted to do something a bit more custom for the Perigee. You know, there's another door on, don't you? I think I gave everyone perms, but basically, this room looks like so bland now that I've finished Perigee. It's like, what's missing? It's like, it just looks very empty. So I guess you could say that's pretty cool. But we do all love the Pelagic. I love Pelagic. This ship taught me so much about shipbuilding. It took me like 220 hours to build. So it's the longest I've ever spent on one vessel. No, sorry, that's Empress. This was still my best ship for a very long time. And I do think she still holds up very well now that Perigee has been revealed. But I do just really love the Pelagic and the Perigee. So that's a little recap over my shipbuilding history. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm probably gonna hop off stream now, but there'll be a little video, like a little trailer video coming out soon, where I'll like kind of go over a little bit about the interior of Perigee and just like let you guys know when to expect the big Perigee video and like what's gonna happen in it, because I got some pretty cool stuff planned for the Perigee video. So I will make a little thing to let you guys know about that, which will probably come out in the next couple days, maybe a week at max. I'm going away for like a week soon, so I will not be very active in the near future, unfortunately. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed and are big fans of the new vessel. I'm very excited to finish her video and to actually start her video too. I haven't actually started the editing. I've only really been doing storyboarding and scripting and everything. Perigee dress coming soon now. I've seen the interior. Yes, sir. I cannot wait for that. It's going to be pretty awesome. But thank you for joining me on today's live stream. I do really appreciate all the support and everything. So yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for joining me. Peace.